Assalamu alaikum and hello there. I am Sam, and today we are diving into another fascinating poem that I can't wait to share with you. So let's get started. So we have the poem, like the name of this poem is The Cloud. It's basically a lyrical work by the famous English poet P.B.Shelley, firstly published in 1820, and it's an extended metaphor where the speaker, a cloud, describes its life cycle and its relationship with the natural world. The cloud boasts of its power and freedom, detailing how it interacts with the sun, moon, wind, and rain. Through this personified perspective, Shelley explores themes of transformation, like the cyclical nature of life and the enduring power of nature. So, this poem is a celebration of the dynamic and ever changing character of the natural world, as seen through the ethereal and majestic lens of a cloud's journey. Before the explanation of this poem, we have to look a brief introduction about P.B. Shelley. So basically, P.B. Shelley was an English poet from the Romantic period, known for his passionate and rebellious style. He was a radical thinker who believed in freedom and was critically like authority and social norms. His poems often celebrated nature and the power of human imagination. Shelley is considered one of the greatest English poets. Some of his most famous works include Ozymandias and Ode to the West Wind. He had a short life dying in a boating accident at the age of 29, but his poetry had a lasting impact on literature. This poem is consist with six stanzas, and the first one is I bring fresh showers for the thirsty flowers. From the seas and the streams, I peel light, shade for the leaves, when laid in their noonday dreams. From my wings are shaken the dews that waken the sweet birds every one, when rocked to rest on their mother's breast. As she dances about the sun, I wheel the flail of the lashing hail, and whiten the green plains under, and then again I dissolve it in rain, and laugh as I pass in thunder. Okay, so we have the breakdown of the stanza. Like I bring fresh showers for the thirsty flowers from the seas and the streams. Here, the cloud actually explains that it brings rain, fresh showers to thirsty flowers. It gets this water from the oceans and rivers, showing its role in the water cycle. For the next line is I bear light shade for the leaves when laid in their noonday dreams. During the hot part of the day, the cloud provides a gentle shade for plants as if they are dreaming. This highlights the cloud's nurturing side. So for the next line is from my wings are shaken, the dews that waken, the sweet birds everyone when rocked to rest on their mother's breast as she dances about the sun. Here the cloud creates the morning dew that helps new flowers buds open. The phrase mother's breast refers to the ground or the plant itself, and dances about the sun is a poetic way of describing the earth's daily rotation. Okay, so let's move into the next line for this stanza is I wheel the flail of the lashing hail and whiten the green plains under, and then again I dissolve it in rain and laugh as I pass in thunder. Here the cloud shows its destructive and powerful side, like it can create hail, lashing hail that covers the ground making it white, but it can also turn that hail into rain. The clouds laugh as it passes is the sound of thunder. This part shows the cloud's dual nature. It is both like a life giver and a powerful, sometimes destructive force of nature. Now we are shifting into the second stanza of this poem, which is as if the snow on the mountains blow, and dear great pines crown a cost, and all the night is my pillow wide, while I sleep in the arms of the blast. Sublime on the towers of my aerial bars, lightening my pilot sits in a cavern under is fettered the thunder. It struggles and holds and fits. In the first two lines, like the cloud describes how it creates and drops snow onto the mountains, the sound of the wind through the tall pine trees is poetically described as the trees groaning aghast in a state of the shock or awe at the storm. In the second two lines, and all the night is my pillow white while I sleep in the arms of the blast. Here the cloud personifies itself as sleeping. The white snow it has created becomes its pillow for the night. It rests comfortably in the arms of the blast or the strong winds of the storm. So this shows the cloud's complete control and comfort within the very forces of nature that seem violent to us. For the next two lines is sublime on the towers of my aerial bars, lightening my pilot sits. Here the cloud continues to use grand poetic language, like it refers to its home as aerial bars or sky castle, and describes itself as sublime or magnificent. The lighting is personified as the cloud's pilot steering it through the sky, like highlighting the powerful electric nature of the storm. So we have next last lines of the second stanza is in a cavern under is fettered the thunder. It struggles and holds at fits. Here the thunder is also personified but as a chained or fettered beast trapped in a cave below the cloud. It struggles and holds as it tries to break free, which is like what causes the loud rumbling sound we hear during a storm. This imagery suggests that the thunder is a powerful but contained force under the cloud's control. So let's forward for the third stanza of this poem. Over earth and ocean, with gentle motion, this pilot is guiding me, lured by the love of the genie that move in the depths of the purple sea. Over the rills and the crags and the hills, over the lakes and the plains, wherever he dream, on the mountain or stream, the spirit he loves remain, and I all the while bask in heaven's blue smile, while he is dissolving in the rains. In this stanza number 3, the lines we have over earth and ocean with a gentle motion, this pilot is guiding me. So here the cloud explains that the lightning, which was called its pilot in the previous stanza, is now gently guiding it over both land and sea. So we have the second lines of this stanza, lured by the love of the genie that moved in the depths of the purple sea. So this is a more mythical line, like the cloud is being attracted or lured by mysterious spirits or genie that live tapped in the ocean. This gives the cloud's moment a magical and romantic reason, connecting it to a more spiritual, natural world. For the next line, like over the rills and the crags and the hills, over the lakes and the plains, the cloud lists all the different places it travels over, small streams like rills, rocky cliffs like crags, hills, lakes, and flatlands. So this shows the cloud's vast journey across all over the globe. For the next line, wherever he dreamed under mountain or stream, the spirit he loves remain. So this line is a bit more complex here, like it suggests that the spirit or the genie that guides the cloud lives everywhere on the mountains and the streams. The cloud feels this connection wherever it goes. Okay, so now we have last line of this third stanza is, and I all the while bask in heaven's blue smile, while he is dissolving in rains. Here the cloud ends by describing a peaceful moment, like it basks or enjoy the clear blue sky, which is called heaven's blue smile. At the same time, the lightning is disappearing as the cloud turns into rain. So this highlights the ever-changing nature of the cloud and its different form. So we have the fourth stanza. The sanguine sunrise with his meteor eyes and his burning palms outspread leaps on the back of my sailing wreck, when the morning star shines dead as on the jack of a mountain crag, which an earthquake rocks and swings, and eagle alight on a topmost cliff, that an hundred fathoms sinks, and from my chasms of liquid chrysolite leaps down the fresh first sun, while my caves are filled with the new-born light, and the sun's great rays is run. In this fourth stanza, the cloud actually describes the sunrise as a powerful masculine figure. His meteor eyes, his burning plums, the sanguine bloody red sunrise leaps onto the cloud as the morning star fades like shines dead. This imagery shows the sun taking its place in the sky using the cloud as a kind of vehicle, like the sailing wreck is another term for the cloud which moves across the sky like a ship's sail. We can see here the cloud uses a simile to compare the sunrise arrival to an eagle landing. The cloud feels the sun's presence like a mountain ledge, check of a mountain crag, like in this stanza, that is being shaken by an earthquake, like an eagle landing on the topmost cliff, is a powerful and majestic image, and a hundred phantoms sings, like poetically describes the great depth and the sound of the scene. So the cloud actually describes itself as having chasm of liquid chrysolite or opening made of beautiful, like greenish mineral. The sun leaps down from like this opening, filling the cloud caves with light. So this signifies the sunrise breaking through the clouds and the start of a new day. The last line, the sun's great race is one, refers to the full journey of the sun, like across the sky, which has now begun. Okay, so we have the fifth stanza. I silently laugh at my own cenotaph, and out of the caverns of rain, like a child from the womb, like a ghost from the tomb, I arise and unbuild it again. So here the cloud humorously refers to its disappearance as a cenotaph, which is a monument like for someone buried elsewhere. It's not like sad about this death because it knows it's only temporary. So here we understand is this stanza that like the cloud actually described his own rebirth, like after it falls as rain, it rises again from those caverns of rain. Like Shelley uses two powerful similes to explain this. It's like a new life being born, like a child from the womb, and the spirit returning from the dead, a ghost from the tomb. The cloud is constantly being unbuilt, disappearing, and then arising again. This reinforces the idea that the cloud is an eternal, ever changing part of the natural world. So finally, we have the last and sixth one stanza from this poem. The cloud is, I am the daughter of earth and water, and the nursling of the sky. I pass through the pores of the ocean and shores. I change, but I cannot die. For after the rain, when with never a stain, the pavilion of heaven is bare, and the winds and sunbeams with their convex gleams build up the blue dome of air. I silently laugh at my own cenotaph, and out of the caverns of rain, like a child from the womb, like a ghost from the tomb, I arise and unbuild it again. So, in this last stanza, I'm going to explain the whole stanza. Here, the cloud explains basically its origin, or it is born from the water of the earth through evaporation and is raised or nurtured by the sky. So this establishes the clouds place in the natural cycle. So basically we can see in this stanza we caught the core message of the entire poem. And like the cloud is part of the water cycle, it can transform into vapor, rain, or snow, but its fundamental, essence never disappears. It is an immortal force. Because as we seen that the cloud again and again describing that what happens after I has just rain and the sky is clear. The pavilion of heaven, like the sky is empty and the sun and wind are rebuilding the clear blue sky. We can feel from this last stanza that the cloud is not sad about its disappearance, but it's actually laughs at its own cenotaph, a monument for someone buried elsewhere. It knows that its death as a cloud is temporary, using powerful similes like it describes its rebirth as being like a newborn baby, child from the womb, or a spirit returning from the dead like ghost from the tomb. The cloud that rises and unbuilds its tomb, meaning it forms again to continue its cycle. So in the last, the cloud serves as the poem's conclusion, summarizing its central theme. The cloud, personified as immortal being, declares that it is a fundamental part of the natural world, born from the earth and water, and cared for by the sky. It explains that while it constantly changes form to form, cloud to rain and back again, it can never truly die. The cloud's humorous laugh at its own temporary disappearance reinforces this idea of a never-ending cycle of life, death, and rebirth, making it a powerful symbol of nature's permanence and eternal renewal. Okay, guys, so this was all about the cloud. I will see you in my next video. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.